here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Campbell.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the NFL Roundtable Talks. I got a few of my friends with me. I know Keegan's there in the background, but we got Will Vogel.
What's up,
We got
everybody?
Ken, the Packer backer fan. Bearded as all hell.
Oh, of
We
course.
got
I got no
Beastrilla de
audio.
Thrilla.
What
Who,
up?
who's got no audio?
No idea.
Oh, Mike.
That'd be
This
Mike.
one.
Figured that out real quick. The only one I didn't announce yet. Here he comes.
No, that's Keegan. Keaton.
Yeah, I know, but he just beeped in. I get a beep on my end.
I got
you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. We got our buddy Mike, the Vikings fan, and at least he's not a Bears fan. I think every single one of us here feels the same way. I do have a
They
little
fleeced us.
interesting screenshot to show everybody before we go live tonight, just because it has to do with the Bears. Patty Grimes says, "What's up in Arizona for the game? It's sunny and 98. You can keep it."
Yes.
Yep.
But anyways, NFL Rookie Watch says many NFL scouts are reportedly starting to believe the Bears made a horizontal movement going from Justin Fields to Caleb Williams. Some NFL scouts reportedly believe Williams' luster play is inexcusable given the amount of weapons he has. And some believe Jaden Daniels would have been the right pick for them. The Bears may start panicking soon.
Well, you've seen his reaction to C.J. Stroud after the Bears and Texans game. He kind of downplayed him and gave him the cold shoulder and was like, "Yeah, okay, man. Yeah, okay, man. Whatever," and then just
Right.
walked off the field.
And CJ tried to pump him up a little bit to make him feel better. CJ literally said, "Dude, just keep doing what you're doing. You'll be fine. There's some things that's got to go your way, and they're not right now." That's all he said. He didn't
Yeah,
say
learn.
anything negative about him
No,
because
Yeah.
CJ saw the same thing I said. And I'm going to be real. I did see improvement in Caleb Williams, despite what anybody thinks, because those 24 completions he had, every time the Texans were in zone and there was no blitz package coming. So he wasn't under pressure. And when they're not only rushing the front four, the pressure didn't get there as well because the tackles were able to negate Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter in that situation. It was when they threw in an extra blitzer and he was under pressure. Those were all 14 of his incompletions, and two of those incompletions became interceptions.
I agree. And young quarterbacks need to listen to advice. I'm not saying Stroud's like the biggest mentor and he's the biggest vet who can offer him advice. But take advice and take initiative. Listen to what fellow players have to say about you. And if someone says keep your head up, keep your head up. Don't walk away and say, "Oh, he's just saying that because he's just secretly rubbing it in." No, he's not. He's just trying to look out for you.
Well,
Right.
everybody's got to remember C.J. Stroud was a rookie last year, and he had a lot of ups and downs, but he also won NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. So unfortunately, he knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two, and he's trying to pass that down to him.
And he doesn't want to hear it.
He
That's what
don't
it
want to
is.
hear it because Caleb Williams' head is way up here, but his ability is way down here. He could be a very all-around good player, but I think his head is going to get in the way of his ability.
Yeah, and
I
that's
agree.
James
exactly what I was
Burgess.
saying when he was getting drafted. That this guy's got all the ability in the world. That he looks like he could be a bona fide dude. But what I worry about is what's between his ears. He didn't seem to have that resiliency.
No.
Nor did he have the O-line he needed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree
I
with
know
my
something
assessment,
about
B,
that.
there? It was improvement, but not good enough.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be. Well, you can't. It's not like you couldn't improve much from the first fucking game. Come on now. Second of all, I knew this was gonna happen at the beginning of the season. They got no offensive line.
Right.
I don't care if you got Brandy Moss and Michael Urban and freaking Calvin Johnson out there. You ain't gonna be able to hit them if you're on the grass. It's not gonna. It just ain't gonna make a difference. Chicago just totally screwed that pick up. They had a chance to keep Fields, get an offensive lineman. You could have got Joe up.
Right. This is where I'm going. James Burgess backed up what Ken the Packer backer said. You said this offseason to me personally on the show when you first started coming on. Mike said it too, that instead of drafting Caleb Williams,
He should have
they should have kept
Justin Fields.
Fields.
Kept
Traded
Fields.
back that Panthers pick. Let the Chargers move up and then move on from Justin Herbert. Let them suck a year. You know what I'm saying? And you guys could have had Joe Alt at 5. Roma Dunze still would have been there at 9. And it would have rebuilt and all that stuff being around Fields. Because look at this. Fields in Pittsburgh. He's not making the big mistakes he used to make.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually thrown a touchdown. That's 100% better than Caleb Williams right now.
And Fields doesn't have happy feet. If you actually look at him in the pocket, he's reading his coverage, he's checking down, and he's making good decisions.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for his rookie right tackle, the one that was drafted ahead of the second rounder, holding against Denver, he'd have dropped a 51-yard dime right in the bread basket of George Pickens.
Yeah. Justin Fields looks like Justin Fields did when he was at, Ohio State.
Ohio State, yeah. I was just going to say that.
Or when he
4.5 there, broski. But you know what?
That defense had nothing to do with that game, bro. Obviously you didn't watch it, but I figured out you're a Chicago Bears fan.
Yeah, like I told him last time he said this, it was 216 yards of offense. The offense really didn't beat the Lions. The offense of the Lions beat themselves.
Lions beat the offense.
Not this year or past year. I'm talking about years before.
No. We're talking about the comment right there from
Broski
Broski Bear.
Comment, yeah.
Oh my!
I just want to take this moment to say, in Green Bay with Malik Willis, our backup's better than Chicago's starter.
I'd like to say Daniel Jones is better than him.
I would.
Ooh, that's me.
No. Daniel Jones has thrown for 2 touchdowns and 6 picks already. Can't say that. Because one thing I can say, the one thing I can say is all 3 of the rookies have only totaled 6 picks through 2 games. So that's a testament that they might be better than we think coming out because they're not making as many of the rookie mistakes through 2 games as we expected them to. But at the same time, none of them have thrown for a touchdown yet.
Hey, in the words of my buddy Bistrilla, it's only week 2, bro. It's only week 2.
It's only week 2. And how about that? The Vikings lead the division right now.
Hey, don't you dare jinx it, man.
We're going to do everything to do that. Everything.
Hey,
how do you whammy on that?
How do y'all like my bargain basement, buy in Sam Darnold so far?
Hey, he's doing just fine. He's doing exactly what you want. He's being a good game manager. He's not really hitting the deep shots downfield, but he has hit a couple of them. The deepest one being to Justin Jefferson.
That was a nice play.
Yeah, right, bro.
What fan you are? That was a good ball.
I can't wait for our D line to hit their O line.
Oh,
Aiden
that's
Hutchinson's
Rosie,
going to
here,
make
you are so
Caleb
off
Williams
take of
wish he was.
everything you just posted here. You are so off take of everything you just said, including the Pittsburgh. You don't know nothing about football, man. I don't hear nothing from you no more.
the Bears are gonna maul the Lions on Thanksgiving. Can't wait, bro. Seriously, that's the most acidine statement I've ever heard in my life.
To make it
And
right
I'm
now,
not even a Lions fan.
Hey, you know what, Broski?
He just
Andrew
mentioned
is going to disappear and won't be able to play against us.
Aiden Hutchins 4.5 sacks or 5 sacks. He said, but
Five.
it's 4.5.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hey,
that's coming your way. I don't know what the hell you
So-
talking about.
well,
hey, I
while he
love
wants
Aiden
to sit there and
Hutchinson.
talk
He
shit,
got me 39 points in fantasy this week.
I didn't win defensive player of the week, but that's because he was on the losing team. Oh well.
right?
Like, bitch.
They gave it to the guy that caught a game-clinching interception.
Bates ain't bad though. He had a good game.
He had a good game, like I said. But at the same time, to sit here and talk shit about this guy putting up elite. Nope, wrong one. This one. Through 35 career games, Aiden Hutchinson has more sacks than Lawrence Taylor, more QB hits than Aaron Donald, more tackles for loss than Julius Peppers, more pressures than Nick Bosa, more tackles than Michael Strahan, more pass breakups than Myles Garrett, more forced fumbles than Reggie White, and more interceptions than TJ Watt. That's people that are currently playing and past played that are considered elite.
Mm-hmm.
Game,
Hey,
set,
And through 35
game,
games, that's
All
Third James.
all bullshit aside, and you have to give respect where respect is given. Aiden Hutchinson is a goddamn beast, and he's not even warmed up
in his
yet.
prime. He's not in his prime yet.
What is
In
this,
another-
his third year?
This is the start of his third year, yes.
Third
Yeah,
year, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Putting numbers up like that, you're going to put him in the category of J.J. Watt. You're going to put him in the category of some of the best defensive, ends that there are. He is doing exactly what you guys need him to do. I hope to God he pulls a hamstring, when he plays Minnesota. I don't want my offensive line is not going to
Talk
be able
about
to handle
jinxing
him.
somebody. Woo,
Hey,
that's
here we
bad.
go. You know what I say about fans that come on my show and wish an injury to a player on my team?
Oh shit! Mike.
Isn't that a bitch of the week award?
Oh.
Hey, I don't want him injured. I just want him lining up against Zach Tom the whole game.
Oh, James Burgess.
I'll take that if he doesn't play.
This has to be the troll moment of the night for James Burgess. Lawrence Taylor was a lazy candy ass, couldn't do shit. You want awesome? Let's talk Ryan Lee. Oh goodness, I believe
Yeah,
this is
Number
our
one
buddy
draft pick ever.
Yeah, I didn't know you could call a crackhead lazy.
Ralph.
Ralph
Ralph.
Williams. How you doing, sir?
The hot buddy.
Going, Ralph. See, what's he doing?
I don't know. He hasn't
Game
said
notes?
anything yet.
Uh,
I think he's looking.
hey,
to
oh,
plug
by
his
the way, I'm
headphones
surprised you didn't put that one stat up there, JB.
in. Which one's that?
Aiden
The other one about
Hutchinson
Caleb?
has more sacks than 18 teams right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what? 18 teams, and I get it. But when they put that up, the Sunday night game hadn't played yet, and I watched the Texans get 7 sacks. I said, yeah, I'm not posting that.
So it's 17 now. So it's okay.
Yeah,
you can
I
still
know.
post at 17 sacks and still.
I just didn't want to
17
post it
still
up.
impressive.
I like that one because you're talking about numbers that people can relate to of any fan base. There's players of every fan base that is considered great in that list. Julius Peppers. He was a Panther. He was a Packer. He was a Bear.
Bears.
He was not.
He definitely
Yes, he
was.
was.
A Packer.
Yeah, he was.
And he was
I'll
a
He
take
spent
him
his
as a
second most.
Packer over a.
He
Freaking
spent
Bear.
his second most amount of years in the league with the Packers. So
Carolina.
I don't
That's
take it
it.
away from him.
Yeah, Packers, Bears, yeah.
Will,
Hutch needs an interception still this season, so he can at least have one every season.
I didn't hate Peppers until he went to Chicago. That's when I hated Peppers.
No, that's when
I
I
agree.
hated him too.
I could stand him when he was at the Packers. I could stand him when he was Carolina. I just couldn't stand him the other time.
But Will, you're sitting here hating on one of the best defensive players you ever had. Be mad at your management for getting rid of him.
Oh yeah, we were idiots.
Because remember, he
I
walked
agree.
in free agency.
Yeah,
It's not that he asked to be traded. He played his 5th year, and then when he was able to leave, he left. He got a 3-year contract from the Packers. He played there all 3 years. When he became a free agent, I think he re-signed him to 1 more year, and then he went to the Packers.
We signed him 1 year.
No. I'm saying
prefer him as a Packers than a goddamn Bear.
One little tidbit: you lost him over $5 million.
We did, yeah. I remember.
And you guys had the cap room to do it at the time, which was what made no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Now, Ndamukong Suh wanted out of Detroit. You want to know how I know? Because the difference after the income tax break, they literally only paid him $149,000 more than what Detroit offered.
Yep.
Well,
yep.
So he just wanted out.
And
so
Will, you got more trouble on your hand. Adam Thielen is coming out and going to demand a trade before the trade deadline. He wants out like now.
Especially now that the beige water pistol is throwing.
Oh, hey, watch out, man. Old redhead gunslinger going to do some good things down there. He's going to turn that offense around.
Yeah. Okay. It was going to be 0-17 before.
Get it right. We're going to lose to the bye week as well. Don't forget about that.
Hey, I heard it.
You guys going to actually probably pull out 3 games out of that. With
this just in, BetMGM said that Carolina versus the bye week, it's a plus 72 for Carolina.
I can see that.
That reminds me,
and they still have a chance to push.
In other Panther news, you do realize, Will, that you also had Hassan Reddick with Brian Burns at one time on that defense. That defense was pretty damn good. I don't know about the offense, but the defense.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There was a time that in the NFC South and the AFC South, 2 of the best defenses was those 2 expansion teams, Carolina and Jacksonville at the same time. Those defenses were nasty. That was when they had a rookie D-line coach there in Jacksonville called Todd Wash. And that was when they became Saxonville.
That was back in the Blake Bortles days, wasn't it?
Blake Bortles. And before him, who was that? A certain guy that's a quarterback's
coach for the Lions.
Oh,
yeah, Mark Brunell.
Yeah.
Oh, lefty.
That's right.
Hey, but you know what?
He worked with those great Green Bay backups that went to be a good starter somewhere else.
Elon has came out and said he doesn't want into that old man's money club already. He does not want to own an NFL team. He said if he was to buy into any of them, it would probably be the NBA or the NHL, where the owners are much younger. And it kind of makes sense because he's young money. He built his money. He built his money since 2000, kind of the way that Trump built his money back in the 90s.
Okay.
Didn't Elon's dad give him a whole shitload of money to start up?
That's why he made the inference to Trump.
Right. Yeah. I made the right reference.
Mm-hmm.
He inherited his money when his dad passed away at the end of the 90s and the early 2000s. Because litigation on that stuff, when you're talking about billions of dollars, they don't just fork it over on the first day.
Right.
So let's go
I've been
into
hearing rumors.
Oh, what rumor is that?
Bryce Young to the fence.
I haven't.
Played one dumb. No.
Bryce Young
again,
to
who? He ain't going there.
Where is he going?
There's talk about a 3-way trade between the Dolphins, the Panthers, and the Rams.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Oh, Ralph is back. Let's see if this works. Ralph, are you with me?
Ralphie.
Can you hear me, Ralph? I see your picture there, but it's not coming up here.
The sounds of blackness.
There you go. Can you hear me, Ralph? Yep. Oh, you got. You're having a connection issue
funny
tonight.
Wi-Fi. Got that funny Wi-Fi going on.
You're sounding like a broken robot, sir.
Yeah, Ralph got that Cricket Mobile.
There we go.
Got that robot mobile.
I can't. But hold on, let's tell me that the Packers lost.
Yeah, it's getting real spotty, sir.
That's that Texas remix, Ralph.
Nah, he's in Pennsylvania.
Well, that's how bad it is.
Yeah, and he's built it back up again. You know, say what you want about Trump and what he lost with his 6 bankruptcies, but he's built his wealth back up.
Yep.
Trump never lost his money. He lost when he files bankruptcies. It's on LLCs. It's not his
Right.
personal gain. You know,
Right.
that dude's a smart businessman. I don't care what anybody says.
Now let's see if he's any better. Oh, it came in right away.
Ralph, restart your
Okay,
router.
can I
bud.
hear him?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're breaking
Oh no!
Good.
You got an auto tune, man.
Yeah, it's giving you some fits there, buddy.
He's on auto tune.
I'm not here to bash either one of the political opponents. I don't want the bashing in the chat. Let's not go there. I was talking about money.
Yep.
Money, money, money.
Money.
I'm not gonna talk about Sleepy Joe and Kamala not doing anything for 4 years.
I'm not going to talk about Tim Waltz putting tampons in boys' bathrooms.
hey, you leave the horse milker alone.
I'm not talking about Springfield eating cats and dogs either.
Right.
With enough seasoning, it tastes like chicken.
Oh, you don't say.
It must be this Flint water I'm drinking has got me delusional tonight.
Definitely the
water.
Okay, there he is. We got Ralph.
All right, can you hear me now, guys?
Maybe.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
good, very good.
So-
Thank you. I finally got on the air here. I've been struggling
Yes, how
trying
you
to get
doing,
on
sir?
here for. Doing all right.
Good. So
I'd feel
we
better
really
if I
haven't
wasn't
got
struggling.
into the topics yet tonight. Do you have an injury update from the Steelers at all about what's going on with you guys?
Well, Russell Wilson still has that calf injury. Looks like he's not playing. Justin Fields will be the starting quarterback again. And then Broderick Jones is benched for the penalties that he had in the Denver game. He had 3-1 series. He's got a bad attitude like Shooks Okorafor did. And looks like he's going to be on the bench. Other than that, injury reports, Salomalu's working his way back. Other than that, Tyler Matakovich, who's a linebacker and a special teams ace, he's done for the season with a Achilles tendon.
Okay.
Other than that, that's it for us.
Yeah, so your rookie fellow team, he's going to be taking his spot, right?
Yeah, Troy Famata. Yeah, he's going to be taking his spot.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? Because he didn't do very good in the preseason, did he?
He had an injury, and he did good in the one he played, and then he was out the rest of the preseason with an injury. But he's back. He looked good.
Okay.
Good.
Better defense in Denver.
But how you been, Super Saiyans fan? Let's just talk sports.
Please.
Because, it is what it is. Let's not get into this stuff because I don't want to get into it because there's a lot more to be said and people's feelings get hurt either way you go.
You didn't say hi to your dad, man. Smoking.
Yeah, I know. Smoking dad.
I love how you can hear it.
I hear it. I gonna hear it, man. What
You
happened?
didn't hear it this time? It's
No.
still doing the. Just a second. It's this damn audio. That's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're over there dancing. I can't dance. Ain't it?
Yeah, I know, right? Dang, man. B and I, next time we need to do the What is Love, baby, don't hurt me.
That would be perfect for that. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Minnesota's riddled with injuries right now too. JB.
Yeah, we know
I saw
that.
that. A lot of those I heard were rest days for the non-participants in practice today. There's a few that you have to worry about. I think Turner needs another week of rest before he comes back. Correct?
There he did not. Turner did not participate today with a sore knee, but he's day to day. Jetta's is day to day with a deep thigh contusion. He got straight dead legged. Addison is still out with that high ankle sprain. Aaron Jones is day to day with an ankle. So
I got it right here because I'm part of a chat with Vikings fans. I should probably add you to, Michael.
you should.
All right. Did not participate is Jordan Addison, Brian O'Neill, and Dallas Turner. Turner is the one that really you've had some guys step up, and I think you could let him heal as much as possible. Jefferson returned to limited practice. Ivan Pace Jr. returned to limited practice. Andrew Van Ginkel returned to limited practice. Garrett Bradbury and Aaron Jones Sr. And full practice participants were Ed Ingram and Jalen Naylor.
Yeah.
They'll be
For
fine.
the Lions,
They'll all be fine on game day. This is a normal thing that happens in the course of the season. That's
right.
People get the. I'm not saying Brown got the same kind of thing that Justin Jefferson, a thigh contusion because somebody helmeted him up right in the thigh.
Right,
So,
but he's actually returned to full practice today.
Yep.
Martin Davenport returned to full practice.
Yep.
Limited practice returning today was Kirby Joseph and Isaiah Williams, which is good. That's good to hear. The ones that had no practice, Alex Anzalone, because he can't clear concussion protocols until tomorrow because it happened on Sunday. Terrion Arnold had an illness, so that's a rest day more than likely, unless it carries through to the weekend.
Quick question about Arnold. Any news on his fingers?
He came back.
He's
he's fine with that. He's got an illness. That's all it is.
Yeah, no, I thought he had that on top of that. That's what
he got tummy ache.
Graham Glasgow has a knee that's hurting him, and Ife Melifamu is still dealing with that ankle injury. And Rakestraw, he's still having hamstring tightness, so no practice today. So more than likely, we're not going to see Ife and Ennis Rakestraw, and I think we need both of them.
Texans are real beat up too.
Oh, Texans got almost as beat up as the Bears did in that game. And, say what you want. Who do they play this week?
Us.
Yeah, they play you guys.
Both defenses are playing great.
But it's in Minnesota, yeah.
I'm going to say this right now. Both defenses are playing great right now. That's a shootout, but the offensive mini is looking better. That's where I'm at with it. Does anybody disagree?
Chicago's defense wasn't bad.
No,
Chicago's got the defense.
I said both defenses look good. That's what I said. Both of them look good.
Brian Flores has Minnesota dialed in. They're playing good, smart ball. They're all over the field. They're making good decisions. They're, believe it or not, I'm really impressed with our secondary. I really thought we were going to get lit up like toast all year, and they're actually playing good. Gilmore, I'm still on the fence with him because I am. We brought him in, but I want to see that defensive player of the year type shit out of him, and hopefully he can stick around, but I'm just not seeing it. I'm seeing our young guys, outplay him all the way around.
Well, because he's like 105. I mean, what do you expect guys? Stephen Gilmore.
He's 103, bro. He's 103. Don't get the foot in the grave yet.
You know what?
You might as well have his brother.
NFL work years. If you've done manual labor or played in a sport where you hit people all the time, like a full contact sport like football or boxing or MMA, you're talking about aging at 5 years for each year you're in. So technically, Gilmore, he's 84 years old, just like I am in the work world.
But no, you're really 84 though.
Wow.
We're on October 9th, sir. Nice try. So
Be doing that to
Tua was
JD, man.
put on
Come
the
on.
IR. That's the big news this week. And the big news is, should he or shouldn't he retire? That's the question. And I know how I feel, but I want to get your opinion on it, Will.
So Tua's, it's his fourth year in the NFL. He's had 3 concussions,
That's better.
possibly a fourth in there. We don't know yet the whole details. There could be a fourth. We don't know. It's an ongoing mystery.
No,
If
no, no.
I'm Tua,
He had
I
4
wouldn't run.
No, it's not a mystery.
Oh, there was a fourth. Okay. So if I'm Tua, I talk to my inner circle, my family, my doctors,
Well,
my
his
inner
family,
circle.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Right after he went into the locker room, his family and his girlfriend was there and begged him to retire that night.
And
They
you know
begged him,
what?
wait,
Mhm.
let me finish. And he said, but I feel like I can still play. That was his answer to his family and his girlfriend.
That's the
So,
concussions talking.
And you know what? I'm gonna go real fast. Yeah, definitely console, like you said, console your inner circle. But if I'm him, when is enough enough? You're gonna get drilled and hit, and you're gonna have CTE before you're me even 30 or 40 years old. Hang it up. Hang it up. There's no point. Hang it up. Just retire. I think he needs to retire.
Ben,
Oh, see, being a Green Bay fan and growing up with Brett Favre, I appreciate the guy's toughness and wanting to stick through it. But at the same time, you don't want to end up like Brett Favre, where he's stated multiple times after he's retired, there's days he wakes up and he doesn't even know who he is. You signed your big contract, you're gonna get your money. So, dude, unfortunately, your health is taking you out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Estrella.
To hot Tua or not to hot Tua?
It is a
They're not
question,
talking about your
Shakespeare.
girlfriend.
I'll say that's what she's saying. She wants to come in here and hack Tua because you can't hack Tua if you're unconscious. Well, anyway, yeah, he should definitely retire. For you to even say that, I mean that's cool. I guess okay, now you're being a brave little Indian now, and it's I don't see him playing anymore. I mean, it's going to come to the point where everything outstacks his opinion.
Right.
And people are just going to look at him like, you a stupid guy. Take your money and do something else with your life. Be a football commentator.
I get it. What about you, Keegan? How do you feel about it?
Like Packer said, he brought up Brett Favre, and he has 1,000 concussions in his 20-year career. You do not want to get that. You do not want to get that. So I think Tua, you have 4. You have 4, and it could be a lot serious than you think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time. It's time that you have to retire.
I gotta make the joke. Brett Favre was so much of a cheesehead, he's got Swiss cheese in his head.
Right. There you go. All right. Mike Johnson.
So, if you look at it, Tua had 2 concussions in Alabama. So he's got 6 total concussions in less than 5 years.
Let's compound that because one of them wasn't reported that isn't counted in that.
So then there's 6.
Right.
Okay.
7.
Look, I don't want to have to read about this dude taking out his family and taking out himself from CTE. He is a lovable, great guy that's respected in the Samoan community. He needs to just step back and look at long term. Yes, he's made an impact with the Dolphins. Yes, he's made an impact at Alabama. He's done everything that he can do. Unfortunately, God has a different plan for him right now, and I don't think football is it. He has to look at what his fiance, what they're gonna do, have kids, raise a family. Look at Teddy Bridgewater. He just about got his fucking leg amputated. And he said, it's time for me to stop. And he went on to coaching high school football and leading a bunch of kids and training them in the right way to do things in athletics with sportsmanship, with camaraderie, and just being an all around good human being. If he keeps playing, mark my words, there's going to be a headline where there's something bad with Tua. I think he needs to step away while he still can and just ride off into the sunset and be a good human.
All right, Ralph.
Yeah, I agree with Mike. I think that Tua needs to step away from the. He's got enough money to do so. I don't understand why you don't just walk away. Look, Pittsburgh Steelers, we had 4 or 5 guys that had concussions, and some of them killed themselves. Others died from them. As I mentioned before, I was Mike Webster's personal cab driver. And let me tell you what, he was messed up in the head from the concussions from playing football. So Tua doesn't need to be a junior seau. He doesn't need to be any of those guys. What he needs to do is retire while he can at a young age, and he still has his health pretty much intact. And then that way he can get treated and he can get himself together. And maybe, like Mike said, go coach high school football, go coach in the college ranks. Maybe he can help out at Alabama or something. He can do something other than playing football in the pros.
Okay. So let's look at it this way, too. Let's not forget he has that Lords of London insurance policy on top of his $95 million guaranteed signing bonus that he's guaranteed to get because that's paid up front. So he gets that $95 million. Plus, I heard he gets an additional $25 million of his guaranteed money if he's medically retired. So here's the thing. He's looking for a second opinion. What if that second opinion is, dude, don't take another hit? This
Well,
is what
doctors have told him that, though. Is that
They've already.
your chance could be a fatality if you take another hit.
He is one headshot away from radio trying to run through the ropes on that movie.
Right. But wait, I'm telling you, he wants a second opinion, so he's going to another doctor. The NFL doctors and the team doctors have told him, you don't need to take another hit right now. He's searching for an outside doctor, which, by the letter of the rule of the NFLPA, he has to get that clearance from a doctor that way to be able to return at the 4-week IR, because they could just put him on another IR if they don't think he's ready. So,
hey Doc, here's a cool million. Tell him I can play.
He don't.
Right. I know that's coming. We all know that's coming.
Yeah. He'll just go to somewhere in Miami, find a doctor that's got a dolphin sticker on the window, dolphin tie clip, something like that. Hey man, you want to clear me?
He's one blindside sack away from being a carrot.
And that's the reason why, underhandedly, the NFL sucks that way. Yeah. Because if you're allowed to go outside after you have team doctors who work with these athletes all the time tell you can't play, oh, but you can go outside. That's what the NFL wants you to do. The NFL wants that player to go out there and get killed for that damn sport. Hell no. That needs to be taken out of their contract, period.
But here's the thing. He goes to a second opinion, and that doctor clears him, and he goes and gets another concussion and becomes a wheelchair.
Then it's a malpractice.
It releases the NFL from any liability because his second opinion cleared him to play.
And I agree with James Burgess on one thing. I do have to say I'm glad the brain trust that the violent sea mammals are going to make damn sure he has more time than necessary to make the right decision. On top of that, this is where I'm going with it. What if he can't find somebody to do it because they realize this is a human being that's about to waste his brain? They can look at that CAT scan, look at this and that, and say, dude, you already have CTE. You can't do this anymore. And there's enough doctors out there, even bad ones, because of malpractice, because that's what'll happen. They'll get sued for malpractice if he's cleared, not only by Tua's family, but by the Miami Dolphins, by the NFL. We're talking about people that can afford billion-dollar lawyers.
Yeah,
So
but the second opinion clears the NFL.
no, what I'm saying is it doesn't clear that doctor.
It doesn't clear. Yeah, it doesn't clear the doctor, but the
NFL won't
NFL
sue
won't be
him.
able to step in and sue.
No.
But there
If
is
they're-
so many scumbag lawyers in Miami, Jeremy, and you know this just as well as I do, that there is somebody out there that's going to do it, and don't give two shits about the ramifications of what's going to happen, because that check that he's going to stroke him will outweigh the lawsuit that's going to come. He'll lose his medical license, and he'll be able to retire.
Yeah, right. Because he'll ask for plenty. He or she will ask for plenty of compensation, and they won't be able to. If the doctor does it right, he could put his money into a Swiss bank account. Who's going to touch it? You can't touch it.
He doesn't even need to do any of that. My old man was a doctor. This is why they have malpractice insurance, and their business is under an LLC. They could sit there, go after the business and all that. All his personal money is his personal money. As long as he's taken it out and brought it to him, the worst they can do is shut his business down and say you can't be a doctor no more.
Right.
And that dude's going to go play golf in Florida for the rest of his life. And
We're going a speaking tour.
You know,
look at
on the speaking circuit.
Here's the other thing.
Look at Junior Seau.
Miami fans are almost as rabid as almost any other fan base. When the name of that doctor comes out, he might have to move out of the country.
He'll have enough money to do
about that because the fanatic sides, the asshole fanatic sides of fans, and we've all got them in every fan base, they will go hunt him down.
That reminds me of something.
Forgetting all about that part of it.
Hey, they got nice golf courses in Switzerland, bro.
I hear you.
It's a shitty situation. Any way we look at it, guys, it's a real shitty situation to a real honest, great human being. Tua is wholeheartedly probably one of the nicest people in the NFL. And for what
than the Bears show, I hear you, Yoli.
Hey there, Yoli.
But at the same time, this is for you, Yoli, because you are a top fan of the Huddle Sports Network.
Ready.
That was a little longer than the other one.
Yeah, I like the other one better.
Yeah, I know. The other one's got a good group. Like I said, I just wish it was like 30 seconds longer. I looked for it online. I couldn't find that song.
Hey guys, I got about 10 minutes. I'm going to go eat dinner with my family, but just a little update for you. I actually met my weight goal, Jeremy. I am actually at 200 pounds from 266.
Wow, that's great, Mike.
I regret to inform you, Mike, you don't play Chicago this week.
No, we played Houston.
Yeah, but earlier you said Chicago.
My bad. I meant Houston.
Houston, on the other hand, that's a whole nother bag of worms. They didn't even have their best offense on the field last week. They did beat up on a good defense. So what's your prediction for your game?
I'm taking Minnesota by 3. It's going to be a really close game. It's going to be a defensive brand game. I'm going Minnesota 17-14 over the Texans.
I'll say good luck with that, sir. What do you think about that game, Will?
Oh, we're doing the Pick Ems. Cool.
Yeah, that's the first game we can talk about.
I got the Texans by 10.
Woo,
I think it's a good game, though.
Mike, you don't like him anymore, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's okay. Not a lot of people do. It's okay.
What do you got?
Texans by 4.
Now that's realistic. I can agree with that. What about you, B?
Texas by 2.5. Nah.
The villain, Keegan. What do you got?
I kind of agree with Mike that it's going to be a defensive game. I think Texans by 3.
Okay. And Ralph.
Hey, Sam Darnold's on a recovery tour here. It looks like he's redoing his career. I take Minnesota by about 2 points.
See, that's why you're getting flames on your van, Ralph. I'm telling you. Me and you agree, Ralph. We're 2-0 this year, buddy.
Well,
That's right. So
I
I
have-
didn't expect Sam Darnold to be, recovering here.
Shit,
I
I
have-
didn't even expect to be 2-0. I expect to be 0-2 right now. So I'm taking whatever I can get.
You
Right.
got San Francisco's number, kind of like how San Francisco's got Green Bay's number.
What is it? Was it
And
Minnesota's
Chicago has your number.
Minnesota's beat San Francisco in the last 17 games or something like that?
Yep.
It's
Well,
some
no,
stupid number.
you guys have only played them 7 times since 1992. Is
No,
what it is.
at home. At
At
home.
home.
And this
Oh,
is since what was it? Steve Young was playing?
1992.
Yeah.
1992.
So
Right,
they got
yeah.
some
Who
kind
you
of
got,
mental
Jeremy?
thing going on there. I don't know what
Hey,
that's about.
I mean, it don't matter. We still beat San Francisco. Y'all are welcome.
It was a great win over San
Well, thank
Francisco. We love it. That's all I got
Yep.
to say.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
Fucking
Mike, I think
Don't
Houston's
you do it, Jeremy.
gonna
Don't.
eat it out. I
Don't
just
you-
think Stroud is a little better quarterback than Sam Darnold. And that's where I'm at. And I'm not even throwing shade. Defensively, I think both teams are equal. If it comes down to that, and you're talking about Joe Mixon and Damian Pierce and CJ Stroud versus Sam Darnold and the weapons there, I'm going to take CJ Stroud and those weapons.
It's Mixon's dealing with the injury, so Pierce might be the starter.
Turn to
Yeah,
practice.
Mixon's hurt. He got a high ankle sprain.
It was a
He'll be
great
all right.
one. He returned to limited practice today, is what I heard.
Yeah. He'll be all right.
Give me the home field advantage points. Come on, you know how loud that stadium is.
I am. That's why they're going to win by 3, because otherwise they'd win by 6.
See, that's why I said 4 instead of 7.
That's why I said 2.5 because I don't know either way.
Yeah, and James Bridges says many fans enjoy this final season of Flores. He's a head coach next year. Thank Yahweh.
He is. I'm surprised that Flores was back this year. I thought he was going to take some place to go, but him and O'Connell have got a very, very, very good relationship. And if Minnesota goes deep this year, I think he's leaving. But I think if they have a mediocre year, he's going to stick around.
So the first game is tomorrow night. It's New England Patriots at the New York or the New Jersey Jets, we should call them.
I don't know how much I could barf.
So who do you got, Ralph?
In which game again, Jeremy? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Patriots versus the New Jersey Jets.
You know what? I'm taking the Jets in this one. Aaron Rodgers, man, he won one game, and I think he can win a second. New England hasn't showed me anything. I hate to say this, but I love Alex Van Pelt from Pitt. I watched him play football. He was a decent coach at one time, but I don't think he has it anymore. So I think the Jets win.
Okay, Mike.
Hey, I mean, it's a toss-up. Can we just have a tie? 0-0.
Sure.
You have whatever you want, man.
Whatever.
I'm gonna take the Jets by 6.
Okay. Keegan.
I think this is going to be a battle of kickers. I think the Jets have a better kicker, so I'm taking Jets.
Okay. Bistrilla.
Don't the Jets have Legatron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Zerline?
Yeah.
That's the real Legatron, by the way. Okay. Me. You know I hate Ass Rod. I think he's way overrated. But I mean, New England hasn't played bad in either of the two games. They 1-1 against Cincinnati, and they came close to beating Seattle. So I mean, they're not a bad team. They're not a bad team at all. They're playing over their heads. But I'll take the Jets. Jets by 6 on a Sauce Gardner pick 6.
Bro, if that happens, I'm buying you and your girlfriend a steak dinner.
All right, bearded Packer fan. What do you think?
The boogeyman's going to get back to his ways, and he's going to start to take over that AFC East. We're going with Aaron Rodgers Jets.
Such a homer.
All right, guys.
Packer-
Hey, I'm gonna hop off here and
Such
go
a
eat
Packer
dinner.
blood never
Come
goes
back,
away, huh?
Mike,
Why is Rodgers dead? Yeah, damn, James.
Yeah, James,
Man, did he beat y'all that bad?
Hey, Jeremy, thanks for having me. I'm gonna go eat with my family. Y'all have a great night, bud.
you go
All
do
right,
that.
Money Mike.
All right, Mike.
All right,
See you
guys.
later.
Have a
Have a
great
good one,
evening.
brother.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Will, your turn.
Jets.
I gotta check. I don't remember what I said. I went Patriots
What?
because defensively they have been kicking guys' ass. It took a field goal in overtime for Seahawk to win. They have been shutting teams down. So give me the Jets. Give me the Patriots over the Jets, and I think they're going to cover what they're giving the Jets for a point spread of 3.5. I think they're going to win by 4.
That's a bold.
I was gonna say I'm not
That's bold.
betting
Hey,
against
after
Rodgers.
last week, I went for all the favorites and lost my ass because I went
You and me
5 and
both,
11 last week. I went 5 and 11. So you know what? I'm going to be bold this week. That's
Be
the way
bold.
New York Giants at Cleveland. Is anybody taking the Giants?
Screw it. I'll go Giants to take over fucking masseuse there. I was gonna say
Well, all
Watson's
I
played
know
like absolute
is
garbage. They must not be
they
letting him
scored.
hit massage
Hey,
tables.
let's look at it this way: they scored 3 touchdowns and lost to a team because they still don't have a kicker.
They just signed the guy that we had on our practice squad.
Oh, they signed the bum we got from the Packers that lost his job there,
Yeah.
and that's why we signed the UFL guy. Got
Yep.
it. So, all right, Chicago. Oh wait, I got to get Keegan. Did you give me a pick on this one? Oh yeah, I started at the bottom and worked my way up.
Yeah.
I ended it. Chicago travels to Indy. Who you got, Will?
The Colts.
All right. I don't know which quarterback's worse yet, but anyways, Ken.
I'm going with the Colts after us just playing Indianapolis. I don't think Chicago is going to be able to mount the type of run game we did to be able to beat them. And as we saw, Indy can still score points as long as you let them hang around. I don't think Caleb's going to do anything to put them away.
B
Where's this at? Is this in Chicago or Indy?
in Indy.
You know, as bad as the offense for Chicago was looking, their defense is freaking stellar, man. And you held fucking Houston to 19 points. I thought they were going to blow the doors off of them, but they didn't. And then in the first game that they won, they played really good defense because it sure wasn't the offense playing good. So I don't know, man. And Richardson has his days, and he's thrown against a good secondary. I'm sorry, I hate Chicago, but I got to go with Chicago on this one.
That's bold. But anyways, Keegan.
And watch them win. That'll suck all life.
Caleb hasn't thrown good. Neither has Richardson. So I'm going to say this is going to be a battle of the O-line, and the better O-line is the Colts.
That's a good take. All right, Ralph.
I take the Colts in this matchup. I think they're going to win by about 6 points. And guess what, Jeremy? I get to stay with you tonight because my other show's not on tonight.
Okay, wonderful.
Oh,
all right.
good.
Well,
Awesome stuff there.
I took Indy because I just think this is Jonathan Taylor's get right game because what the Bears have been great against the pass, they haven't been that great against the run.
Mm-hmm.
So, next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to New Orleans where Derek Carr has had a resurrection. I think he got baptized. Matt Henry, of course, say Bears win. Bear down, buddy, because it's going to be a rough day.
Thanks, James.
More Ralph is better. Yes. All right. So Philadelphia at New Orleans. Who you got there, Ralph?
You know what? As much as Derek Carr, where's this at in New Orleans, right?
New Orleans.
You know what? I might take the Saints in this matchup because they're at home and they always win at home. And Derek Carr's back with his resurrection time here, so I'm taking the Saints in this one, despite the fact that Philadelphia has a better coaching staff. And but they've laid an egg in some games here, so I think I'll take the Saints.
Keegan.
Is Matt Patricia still in attendance?
Matt Patricia has nothing to do with Philly.
I know.
No, he's long gone.
No, he was a guest last week in Philly.
That's what he
in New
was.
Orleans.
That's all he was a guest.
Philly. That's what he was.
Is he doing handing out Gatorade or something?
I got the Saints.
All right. B.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got the Saints too. I got the Taints.
Backer can.
Yeah, I can't pick against the Saints after what they've put out the first 2 weeks. They look dominant, so hey, I'm gonna keep rolling with them until they show they're not.
And Philadelphia lost to Atlanta.
Patty is out. Okay, thank you, James, for confirming that. Will.
I hate them, but because they're in my division, but they're rolling. Their defense has Demario Davis and Cam Jordan. And you got Derek Carr, who's playing well. I got the Saints.
I took the Saints as well.
Wow, a clean sweep.
Hey, I got
is.
a question. I got a question. What's the over under for Derek Carr turning back into Derek Carr? Because he's gonna do it. You know he's gonna do it.
You mean the real Derek Carr? Please stand up.
Yeah, the real Derek Carr.
You know what week it's going to be? It's going to be the same week it was in Oakland. It's going to be week 8 when they need one game to make it so they're ahead of everybody in the middle of the season. And all of a sudden, the old Derek Carr that can't hit the broadside of a barn with both eyes closed, and if he was Stevie Wonder, will be throwing the ball.
Well, I'm gonna say Derek Carr's finally gonna, get to that level of when he was first starting out with the Raiders and they were calling him Baby A-Rod.
Mm-hmm. Next up at 1 o'clock, we got the LA Chargers traveling to Pittsburgh. This one's a better game to choose on, I think.
A real good game.
I mean, you're talking about defenses that aren't giving up a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got, Will?
I got Pittsburgh.
All right. Bearded Packer fan.
This is a very close game. Like you said, both defenses are really good. So I'm going to go with who I trust more at quarterback. And as of right now, it's Herbert. So I got to go to the Chargers, just barely eking it out.
Have you seen his numbers?
I haven't looked at his stats for this.
Not great.
He looked pretty good last week, though.
He had a good week last week, but weren't they playing the Panthers?
Yeah, they were playing the middle school team called the Panthers. I'm sorry, Pop Warner team.
Everybody has a good week versus the Panthers. That's all we know.
Even the
Until further notice, the Carolina Panthers can't beat Bishop Sycamore.
Who did the Chargers play week 1?
Or go lightly.
Raiders.
Played the Raiders.
Okay.
That Raiders.
Yes,
Yeah, the
RXJ.
Raiders-
Hello,
And the
friend.
Raiders beat Baltimore, so there you go. That puts everything.
Yeah,
in perspective.
East Trilla.
I'm going with Pittsburgh because it's in Pittsburgh, and usually T.J. Watt shows up all the time at home, and T.J. Watt is like Aiden Hutchinson's protege. So I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh on that one by about 3 though. It's gonna be a field goal game. I think Justin Fields might get a first touchdown in that game. He might get his first touchdown, but it ain't gonna be passing.
Didn't he get his first touchdown last week?
Well, he threw a pass, but I think what Zilla's trying to say is he's going to run one in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think, Keegan?
Honestly, these are two low-tier teams right now. I gotta say, Chargers.
Dude.
Ralph, it just coincides that you get to go last calling your game.
Well, Steelers, I think, are going to take it. It's going to be a dogfight, though. Steelers are going to take it by a field goal. I think a last-minute Boswell field goal wins this game again.
It's going to be a
It's better.
homecoming.
It's better to be lucky than good. And
gonna
as
be a
right now, the
homecoming, isn't
Steelers are not good. They're lucky.
I went blind on this one because to me it's a pick 'em. The point spread is 3. That's a pick 'em game. I don't care which way it is, whether the home team gets 3, or if they're a home dog. And this week, they're a home dog. Home dogs tend to win. Pittsburgh all the way, baby.
Hey! It's really a good game because you really got two terrific coaches. First of all, and then isn't it a homecoming for somebody there, Ralph?
Yes, it is. It's a homecoming. Yes, it is. You got it. So, yeah, it's a homecoming for Jim Harbaugh because he's never won in Pittsburgh. When he was with the Colts, he lost, and then now he's with the Chargers, and we'll see where he goes. San Francisco, I think, once he lost.
I was thinking more of the OC from San Diego.
Yeah.
LA Chargers, yeah. Keep calling San Diego. That's the old school in me, sorry.
Yeah, I do it all the time with Oakland, too.
Yep, me too.
Denver at Tampa Bay. Who you got, Ralph?
Tampa.
Yeah. Keegan?
Tampa.
B.
Tampa. Hate to say it, but Tampa, yeah.
Packer backer Ken.
Yeah, I want to pick the Broncos because I like what they're starting to do, but with the way Tampa's looking, I can't bet against Baker.
Will?
Hate them because they're in my division, but Tampa.
Yeah, it's a clean sweep. After what they just did to Detroit, because defensively, they were bad between the 20s, but they were great in the red zone. And Denver has been failing in the red zone basically since they woke up in this division that they're in.
Yep, I agree.
They've been bad.
I think I'm gonna be off on this point with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay wasn't the problem in the red zone.
I know.
It was the Lions was the problem in the red zone. It was Ben Johnson was the problem in the red zone. So yeah. The only thing that I'll give Baker is that people keep missing tackles on his slow moving ass because he is. Come on now.
He only runs his
might be slippery. He must have Crisco oil on him as many times as he was grabbed and got slipped away.
And there, Bistro. That sounds like an awful lot of excuses.
Hey, Matt Henry there. Bryce Young for MVP. How about Bryce Young for MVP of the toilets?
Made those tackles when they were back there. They should.
I agree, Ralph.
They should have had like 9 sacks instead of 5.5.
I'm still not throwing Bryce Young under the bus because that O-line is straight booty cheeks. And by the end of the first half, they might be putting Bryce Young back in.
True.
Because if Andy Dalton gets beat up like Bryce Young was in the first half, he might be broken at his old age. But anyway, the next game is Green Bay at Tennessee. We ended with Ralph, right?
Yeah, I'm, believe it or not, I think Malik Willis has a good game once again, and I got to give it to Matt LaFleur for getting him in order. I say Green Bay by about 3 points. This is going to be another dogfight. I'm not sold on Tennessee yet until I see Mason Rudolph.
Dylan?
Who's home?
Always with the Pittsburgh
Tennessee.
Italians, I tell you.
Tennessee. Malik Willis is going to look like Malik Willis in Tennessee. I got Titans.
Bistrilla.
This is a hard game for me to pick, too, because Green Bay's doing pretty good, Malik Willis, but they are going to Tennessee, and Tennessee's got some defense. They do got some defense. The only thing I can give them is the defense. You're trying to lure me into that, huh? Trying to lure me into into that. You see what he's
That's
doing there,
why I
Ken? He's
did
trying to
it.
lure me into that.
He's trying to get you to pick Tennessee so he finishes ahead on the board.
I'll be right back, gentlemen. I have to grab my charger.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I'm posting now.
This is a hard one to deal with.
Yeah,
It's a hard game, actually.
It is
because,
a hard game.
Yeah.
Like I said, Tennessee's defense is really pretty good, and Malik. I think the only thing for Malik, he knows that defense, so that might be an up for him. But other than I don't know, man.
Pick someone, B.
Hey, Malik might want to have a game.
Nobody's gonna win by 3.
Nobody's gonna win by 3.
No, somebody's gonna win by 3. I don't know
No,
who it is gonna be. Give me a moment here. I'm gonna try to put some factors in here.
The Bistrila, FTP, go Titans.
Hey, I will tell you in a minute, I don't like any of my division foes. But at the same time, I'm a football realistic person too. So I had to keep it on a level. It's just,
Who has the better
You see, I picked Chicago, and I can't stand Chicago.
I was surprised you did that. I mean,
Who has the better defense?
What, between Green Bay and Tennessee?
I'd honestly say it's a push.
Yeah.
Who has the better secondary?
That's what that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
I'd give the edge to Green Bay in the secondary, but I think they have a better defensive front, at least as of right now.
It's Snead and who?
Oh,
Snead and Awuzie.
I'm back.
Titans are kind of, and I'm still trying to pick.
The
The Titans are kind of iffy against the run. They are iffy against the run.
See, what he's trying to do is he knows he wants to pick Green Bay, but he's trying to make it more palpable for himself to pick Green Bay.
You're not helping, Ken. You're not helping this process, Ken.
come on, D.
You're
The
putting
more
me to
you
another
speak, the
side.
more he wants to go the other way.
Right? Exactly. See, if you then I would have picked Green Bay. No. You know what? I'm just if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It doesn't make a difference because either way, I can see either team winning this game. But it's gonna be close. I think I'm gonna pick Tennessee because it's in Tennessee. That's all I can go by.
There we go. All right, Ken.
It's really too close.
I know where you're going.
Oh, you got no idea.
Ken is taking the Titans.
We got an idea.
We got Tennessee, who lost to Caleb Williams and the Bears. And we got Malik Willis, who won his first start in Green Bay with a puke-covered football. I'm going to say that Malik Willis, if he is the one that starts, is going to have, we'll say, just north of 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, but the game will end with a McKinney pick 6. Will Levis shows why he sucks.
Well, I mean, you guys played Indianapolis, so I mean,
Hey,
Indianapolis ain't no really.
Anyway,
Josh went through that line like Swiss cheese. That was Indianapolis. They suck against the run.
Better against the run than
than Indianapolis is. Yeah.
All right. So who do you got, Will?
Titans.
Damn, he said that with no hesitation.
I'm doing it too. I'm taking the Titans because I think Malik Willis is going to return to Malik Willis's form in the old stadium he got used to throwing picks.
See?
JP, we can run that bet back for this week.
Maybe not. I know. Just like you were last week, I'm skeptical. Okay.
That's a bet I wouldn't take either. I wouldn't take
Matt, I will say it with you. Bear down and take it.
Because until Caleb throws a touchdown pass, I can't pick the Bears.
Until he runs for a touchdown. He ain't done either that either.
I know.
What's the next?
We'll get into that in a minute. But we got the Pampers going to Vegas. Let's start with Will.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna say Raiders by 14.
Okay,
I
that's
think, I
realistic.
think, I think, I think that freaking Max Crosby has like a Aiden Hutchinson type of day. He has like 5 sacks.
You could.
All right, Packer back again.
I'm gonna have to say the Raiders 28-0.
Damn, a
see that.
shutout. Oh.
Strilla.
Well, I wouldn't say they're going to get shut out, but I'm telling you right now, anybody that's got a fantasy player for the Raiders, play their ass.
Yeah. Keaton.
Raiders 100-0.
Damn.
I
You're
think
just mean.
That's,
Yep.
that's just
Ralph,
cold-blooded.
it's your turn.
I think it's going to be the Raiders. Although Andy Dalton's playing for Carolina, so
Yeah,
Now
Even
remember,
he sucks.
He's better than he's got to be better than Young right now.
now
yeah.
remember one thing. When Andy Dalton was at TCU, his actual nickname was the Red Rocket. And you know what a Red Rocket is, right?
The little rifle gun.
That's another nickname for a dog's wiener.
Yep.
Oh God.
That's why he changed his name when he went into the NFL to the Red Rifle.
Oh God.
Because he got trolled when he threw those 3 picks in the bowl game by the other team. The Red Rocket got caught with his wiener out.
Oh, see here, I thought they were gonna say he was playing like dog dick.
I mean, that could be.
I got Raiders in my
either way,
survivor
though.
role this week. Anyone think I should switch? No.
No.
I'm saying this is my lock pick of the week. The Raiders should blow out the Panthers. Whatever the point spread is, that might be
Double
how
it.
many points they project that the Panthers will score total.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You know what?
Because
Times the total.
Let's see.
Times the total.
2 games and they got 9 points total. They have yet to score a touchdown, and I think
I
that's
tried, sweetheart.
Times
Woo.
the total predicted points by 2.
Well, you know what? The line right now is 5.
yeah. So I think
5.
I think they're going to get a field goal and a safety. Then that's what they'll score in this game. They'll go.
The
up.
line is 5.
Right.
I think that's way too damn low.
It is
For a home game now for Vegas. It's 5.
Oh,
right.
They just beat Baltimore
They got Garner Minshew
in Baltimore.
quarterback.
Miami, who probably will be rolling out Skylar Thompson this week, seeing how they just got Tyler Huntley. Going up against Seattle at home. Does anybody want to take Miami in this one?
I wouldn't touch them.
I'll take Miami. They're gonna come together since Tua's out, and they're gonna get a miraculous win.
Yeah, Skyler's not a bad quarterback.
I didn't say that he didn't. I just said the rest of the team's gonna come together.
No, I'm saying Skyler's a pretty good quarterback.
Oh, and
I mean, he's better than a concussion Tua. So I'm going to go Miami. What the hell? Because I hate Seattle. I hate Geno Smith. I hate Seattle.
I will take Seattle all day and twice on Sunday.
I'm taking Seattle at home.
Yeah.
I'm taking Finn's defense.
That hasn't done so good lately.
Not at all. They're really
Against Geno?
this match.
Well,
In
considering the fact
Miami. Not
Yeah,
in
two-
Miami, in Seattle, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Considering
I'm
the fact
taking
that
Seattle.
Tua's,
You said in Miami at first.
No, I did say they were in Seattle at first.
if Tua
No, he
didn't put
said
that defense
Seattle
in so many
first.
bad situations against that Buffalo game, they probably would have had a better game.
Baltimore at
But he got
Dallas, after what New Orleans did, is anybody picking Dallas?
No,
Well-
Baltimore. I hate to do this. I hate Baltimore, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to do this again. I will take Baltimore. I hope they lose, but I'm going to take Baltimore.
Ken?
it's Baltimore and who? Sorry, I was doing the message.
Dallas.
Dallas.
In Dallas.
The Cry Boys.
Just gave up
Damn.
34 to New Orleans.
Both of these teams are up and down.
Which roster do you trust more? Is what I'm. If you look at it to me, I know which way I'm going already.
I guess I'm going Baltimore. I'm not happy with the pick, but I'll
I
go
know.
Baltimore.
At least it's an AFC team. You ain't got to worry about them. Keegan,
I'm gonna say, get the TVs out, rolling. You're gonna be running them over, Dallas. I got the Ravens.
Bistrella.
I hate Dallas. That's all I'm saying.
All right, got you. Will Vogel.
Baltimore.
I got Baltimore winning too. It's a clean sweep. I mean, I'm not. I can't pick Dallas until they can beat somebody. The Cowboys are suffering from a case of fucked up owner GM syndrome.
Oh
Same
yeah,
thing,
same with same
Carolina.
with my
There
team.
you go. Mm-hmm.
Who just popped back in?
Will did.
No, we've got
No.
Ken the Bear fan.
Holy shit! We've got a fucking
Holy
bear
crap,
fan.
it's the first
I was
time
gonna,
ever we've had a
Oh
Bear fan.
God, we have a Bears fan.
I was gonna sit in the
Everybody
back
run.
and I was just gonna sit in the back and be no voice on God. Hey, some interesting news just broke.
What's
Caleb
that?
Williams can throw a touchdown? I don't
If
think so.
Shush. Hey, be nice to the new
yeah,
Jets.
just yeah, whatever. No, if you live in the Baltimore, Washington D.C. area, hide yourselves. I will be in town for week 8.
Oh God. Hide the women and children.
No, my wife is coming with me. So and
Still hide the women and the children.
I gotta talk to Billy Flores because I might have to take his defense sign. I'm 7 rows up in the end zone
Oh, nice.
Nice.
on the Bears side.
So you're actually going.
Yeah,
the
Bears Commanders. She got us tickets. She surprised me live on House Hall Report. I'm like, I'm doing a podcast here. She hands me the baby, and the baby on the diaper has it written. You know,
That's awesome.
That's
and I'm
awesome.
just like,
Yeah.
okay. And I'm like, I'm doing a live here. I'm trying not to be too, because I'm like, we're live, right? But yeah. So she got my birthday. Commanders, Bears in DC. We're like 7 rows off the field.
What time's
That's
that game?
amazing. Congratulations.
Probably a noon start.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you. It's probably, I think it's a 1 p.m. Eastern, so noon start. Let me double check.
Yep.
It's a
So-
one.
I think it's a it's a noon start. It's a 1 p.m. start.
So let me run through the games to get you caught up here, Ken. Because this is my Pick Ems part of the show. New England.
Jeremy, excuse me. I'm going to head out. Have a good
Okay,
night. I'm getting
that's
tired.
great,
And
sir.
time for
Yeah,
me
no
to go to
problem.
bed.
Thank you for
All right,
joining us.
Ralph.
I'll see
You're
you
welcome.
Saturday
Good one, man.
morning and also tomorrow night. Tomorrow night.
Yep,
fire up.
tomorrow night, fire up. 9 o'clock.
And then Sunday or Saturday, the external
Yep,
bump.
Saturday, the external bum, 9 a.m., starting October 5 on AM 1250 in Pittsburgh, 92.5 FM, the return of the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, and Claudio Rosano. So
Congratulations.
have a good night, guys. Thank you.
You too, man.
Thanks for joining us, there, Ralph. So, Ken, New England at the New Jersey Jets.
Is he there?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take the Jets.
Uh-huh.
Okay. New York Giants at Cleveland. This is like asking to pick between dog shit and warmed over dog water.
Hey, New York's gonna have a good week. I'll take the Giants.
Wow. Your team versus the Indianapolis Colts.
Why are you even asking that question?
It's on the list.
They're playing the worst run defense in the league. I'm gonna take the Bears to get the running game back on track and win at home, or win wherever that game is.
Hey,
At
I
home?
was thinking this is the game where Swift disappears.
Yeah, Indy's got the worst run defense, so I'm going to take the Bears over Indy. Plus no DeForest Buckner, so that's going to hurt Indy's defense. And we're coming, and here's the other thing: we're coming off a Houston game where we played one of the best defenses in the AFC, and while the offense didn't look great, it still did a few things. They're playing now one of the not so great defenses, which are coming in limping with injuries. I think that's a recipe for success for Chicago.
Houston at Minnesota.
Houston at Minnesota.
Yeah.
Scrota.
Oh, I got my nickname.
Ooh, 2-0 against 2-0.
Somebody's
Surprise
losing.
team versus team we figured would be. I'm gonna go with Minnesota for some weird reason. I don't know why.
Why are you even in our division as a fan? No.
Like I look at every fiber of my being says the Texans should win this game, but Minnesota's got this weird thing going on the first 2 weeks. I don't know. You know what? I'll take the Texans. Fuck that. I'll take the Texans. Fuck
There you go.
There you go. There's that NFC North hate.
Philadelphia at the Saints.
Saints.
Yeah, I would say they're rolling over people right now.
Yeah, they're just prove to me you can stop New Orleans, and then I'll say someone can stop New Orleans.
Somebody asked me when Derek Carr becomes a bum again. It's about week 8 when
That
they
was
need
B.
that one game.
Mhm.
When they need that one game to make it so they're almost far enough out of reach that no one can catch them. That's
And
when
the
it'll happen.
Eagles have some injury issues and some other issues they're still working through. It'll be a good game. I think this will be the first game the Saints will actually be
Pedestrian.
tested, where it's going to be a closer game.
Right. Chargers at Pittsburgh.
Two good head coaches. Harbaugh's doing stuff no one thought would be done by this Chargers team, i.e. win games. Fields is 2-0. He's going to be the starter. They're going to keep him the starter. He's starting to get rapport with Pick Ems. Their O-line's terrible, and they're playing against a Bosa and a Mac. So, where's that game at?
They're at home in Pittsburgh.
At Pittsburgh, only because it's the +3 they get for being at home.
Mm-hmm. It's a pick 'em.
Yep, I'll take Pittsburgh.
Yeah, same here. Denver at Tampa Bay. I don't
Tampa
think
Bay.
Yeah. Green Bay at Tennessee.
Who's the quarterback going to be, Ken?
Love just practiced today, so he's
In
got a
limited
shot.
fashion. It was limited today, though.
But-
I did read that.
Mhm.
So if
They ain't gonna rush them back.
and that game's in Tennessee, yeah.
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 So that team doesn't lose 3 in a row often. Good defense. If it's Love, I think that definitely helps and hurts the Packers. I think it affects the play call in a way that hurts them. I think if they bench Love, it hurts them, but it helps them because the play calling might be better by LaFleur. If that makes sense. It's hard to see Tennessee going 0-3, but you know what? FTP.
Yeah, I was going to say,
FTP.
right here, I'll help you with your decision.
Yeah, I mean, look at Green Bay is probably a better complete team right now, but
I don't disagree.
Tennessee's defense is better than what Green Bay showed last week. But you know what? Green Bay had a gift last week, and I think if they run Love out there, he's not 100%. That might be this might be his last game of the season.
All
Yeah,
right.
they shouldn't stick them out there.
The Raiders have to play against the bye week known as the Carolina Panthers. I don't think you're picking the Panthers, right?
No, I'm taking the Panthers. Yeah, no, I'm taking the Raiders. Commitment to excellence.
Bye week.
Miami minus Tua at Seattle.
Who's the quarterback in Miami going to be?
Skylar Thompson.
Skylar Thompson. He ain't
Like I
bad.
said, Ken, are you the quarterback in Miami this week?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going against Miami then. Seattle wins at home.
Oh, I see. You don't believe in my amazing quarterback skills here.
Well, I do,
Yeah,
but I
that's
just know how
Uncle
fast you
Rico.
can walk.
Come
Well,
on,
no,
man.
I know how fast you can walk. Therefore, I have to go with Seattle.
Hey, if you got a 2-second release, you don't need to move. I'm taking the old Brett Favre standpoint. I'm just going to stand here.
Baltimore travels south and west to play in Dallas.
Who goes to Dallas?
Baltimore. Both teams are 1-1, right?
No.
Yeah. No, Ravens are 0-2, and they rarely
And at
ever.
the end of this game, both teams will be 1-2.
That's
There you
what
go.
I thought. All right. San Francisco at the Rams, and the Rams still
I
have
think we're
that
caught up now.
match. Yeah, this is where we're caught up, and I'm gonna start with Ken and come back around. San Francisco at the LA Rams, and the Rams still have a laundry list of
I
injuries.
think
longer than any.
the Rams laundry list is going to continue to grow. San Fran.
Yeah. Ken?
Oh yeah, I'm going San Fran too. There's too many injured players for the Rams.
Keegan?
San Fran. Actually, 40 Winers.
40 Winers. Bistrilla.
Let the Matt Stafford trade rumor start.
Oh, they've already started.
I heard that they were going to try to trade him to Miami.
Yeah, there's a 3-way trade proposal that's talked about.
Oh, Yoli
Is
calls
this a fan proposal?
Bears
Is this a fan proposal?
here. Probably.
No. Oh, well, it's,
I was going to say pretty
it's
much
an NFL. You know, it's an analyst proposal. That's what it is.
Oh, well, in that case, it'll never
It's not-
happen because the analysts are stupid.
All right. So, Vogel, who you got?
Hey, Yoli. Glad to see
got
you following me
San Fran.
around.
Who do you got?
Oh no, she's here
I
in
got San
spite
Fran.
of you, damn it.
Who you got, Jeremy?
Who do I got? I'm taking San Fran. I don't see how they can beat the level that's left playing for the Rams doesn't equal the injury list of the 49ers.
Yeah.
Kansas City at Atlanta.
Oh.
Now remember, they lost their home game to Pittsburgh in week 1. Is this going to be the case where a team's going to look better on the road than they do at home?
Is it me or is it Ken again? I forget.
It's your turn, Will.
I got KC.
All right, Estrella.
Yeah, I don't care if it's at home or away. Kansas City's got this one.
Keegan.
Kansas City's starting run back is Carson Steele. So, but other than that, the
No.
team's pretty good.
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt's on the
Kareem Hunt.
practice
Kareem
squad.
Hunt.
Other than that, Kansas City is going to come out to win.
Right. Packer Ken.
Well, seeing as how the ref's going to spend the night in Mahomes' bed again, I'm going Kansas City.
Good night, Patrick.
All right.
Good night.
Did you like that one, Ken?
That was good. This is my upset special of the week. Kirko Chains gets an improbable win against Kansas City.
Yeah, didn't know.
Let the legend of Cousins grow in Atlanta.
Wow.
Gotta have an upset special.
Okay, there's your upset special. Here's my take. This is when primetime Kirk Cousins actually shows up.
Yep.
He won in primetime last week.
Yeah, I know, but that wasn't the normal primetime Kirk Cousins. He now got how long has he been playing? Let's go back. How many years? He was drafted when?
11.
And
The same year as RG Nee, right? Wasn't he in the same
Same
draft
draft.
as RG Nee?
Same draft.
Yes, he was.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
drafted
that's
together.
going back a ways. I think this is his 14th year in the league then?
Been that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting that old.
Yeah, we're
Never mind.
getting
Next
that
question.
old.
Let me pull a Kamala. Next question.
That being said, Kirk O'Shaughnessy has won 11 primetime games out of 29.
Well, he's got to even the number up a little bit.
I hope Behan saves the Falcons, but KCC is the smart play. Nobody's been running good against the Kansas City Chiefs. And
But no
when
one
they
else
did
has
that tonight,
Bijan.
it was pass interference, so I got Kansas City winning.
No one else has Bijan the Beast Robinson.
Kansas City Rams.
And Cousins is from Michigan State, so there's that.
Maybe the spirit of the 77 Falcons come back and holds KC. Kansas City Chiefs to 6. That means they only scored 3.
And look at, I don't disagree with James. KC is the smart play, but you got to have an upset special.
Yep. Oh, I did my upset special. You'll see. Oof. It pains me to call this one. These are the 2 Monday night games that are basically at the same time. One starts at 7:30 Eastern. The other one starts at 8:15 Eastern. We got Jacksonville at Buffalo. Ken, the Bear fan, you're on the clock.
The Mafia runs wild. Buffalo.
So he's taken, and the pick is in.
Buffalo's.
Oh,
Yes.
All right, Packer, Ken, what do you say?
Oh, I want to take Jacksonville, but me being in Buffalo's secondary market, I think if I pick against Buffalo, my house is getting burned down. So I'm going
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Is there a guy writing messages in the back saying if you do not pick them? Okay.
I'm going to say this before we get started. Trevor Lawrence's completion percentage is only 1 point above Caleb Williams this year.
Oh God, that's horrible.
But he does have a touchdown. But anyways, Keegan,
Bills Mafia.
Bistrella.
Yeah, that stat's not going to improve what you were saying. Trying to make me saying Buffalo's going to whoop their ass. So Jacksonville's just a mess right now.
Will Vogel.
Bills.
I chose the Bills too, and I'm going to tell you this: the way Trevor Lawrence has played, he's thrown 51 passes and completed 56.7%.
He likes the 50s.
Yeah, he likes throwing up 50-50 balls too. He's just been lucky nobody's had the hands to intercept him yet either.
Well, this will be a game he gets intercepted.
And here's a battle of a 1-1 versus an 0-2. And I think we all know which way it's going. It's the Washington Redskins versus the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday Night Football in Cincinnati.
Ooh.
I don't know which one will be worse for quarterback play because right now Joe Burrow looks awful too.
Hey, we missed the game.
Yeah,
we
played pretty good against Kansas City.
I know which one we skipped.
Uh-huh.
I always save it for last on my show.
Good job. That's what
I got the Bengals.
Bistrella?
I got, you know what? Nah, I don't want to do that. I was going to go for the upset special.
He looks so relaxed. I love it. He's like,
upset special.
Yeah, he's like chilling. There goes the villain.
You know what? I'm going to go with the upset special. I'm going to take Washington in that one.
Smart man. All right, villain.
Upset Washington.
Packer Ken.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say that the Bengals aren't going to be able to topple the Foreskins. I'm going to Washington.
Well, this is no longer an upset special, but you know what? Bungle it all the way, baby. The Bungles are winning this game.
I took the Bengals because they're at home. If it had been in Washington, I'd have took Washington. I think the fans are going to make it rough on Jaden Daniels, and we saw what he was like on the road week 1.
And look at Joe Cool just looks like Joe Cool. Come on.
Robert Wardell kind of agrees with what I did.
Well, they lost at home game 1. Cincinnati did to a lesser team.
If Washington was at home,
they played KC real good.
Yeah, like it took 3 bad PI calls by the refs for
and turnovers that were given back.
Completing that of what I talked about from last season, Ken.
How's that Bengals run defense?
It's average. It's not horrible, but it's not great. I'm going to say this right now. The Bengals miss Reader as much as they miss Joe Mixon.
So there's a chance that B-Rob could run all over them.
There's a chance.
There's always.
Jaden Daniels to do it
But
too.
they just signed Lawrence Gaitan to help shore up the middle of the O-line.
Good.
I think
Who's
that's a good
Cincinnati?
move. Yeah, I think that was a good move by Cincy.
Yep.
He's a good run
We'll
stuffing
see.
defensive tackle.
On
All
to
right, the last game on the schedule.
Overtime.
Yes. We get to start with the two guys that aren't homers. We're going to start with Ken again. Detroit at Arizona.
Ken, you want this one?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
I'll
ahead.
go to you first.
All right. Well, seeing as how I drafted Kyler Murray in most of my fantasy drafts, he's one of the top quarterbacks so far. I'm going to have to go with the Keebler Elf is going to make Jared Goff into Jared Goof again.
Can
You
I
know,
give
Ken,
you
it's
an
funny that you should
interesting
say.
stat about Kyler Murray versus the Lions since he's been a starter? He's 0-2-1.
But you know what, JB? It's funny that my co-host on the very successful Ken and Ken in the Morning show would say something like that, because I, for one, will agree with my co-host friend with a great
Of course you would.
Of course
and
you would.
say that Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have 3 touchdowns in the first quarter again this week, because you don't have a secondary that can stop the dude. And he may be a Keebler elf,
Branch.
but he's a Keebler elf with magic that somehow knows how to find Marvin Harrison Jr. They are going to
Know how to
whoop
find
on
him in the
you
first game.
and whoop on you some more. And then
Tell
when Goff throws his 8th interception of the game, you guys are going to go, why did we give him $48 million?
Again, it wasn't $48 million. It was $53.
53, 48, even worse, JB. Okay,
All
now
right.
I know you guys are all going to take the Lions and say we suck. But just so you know,
Packers suck.
I am good now.
Yes. Love that. You need to send me that sound clip.
Ken, I can't hear you guys from the basement after all these years.
Damn.
And wait a minute, I got an incoming message for you. Hold on.
A double doink is when Brett Favre is sacked and intercepted on the same play. A double doink.
Sounds accurate.
You can try and repurpose it, but it'll always be Cody Parkey.
But anyways, Keegan.
What is he? What?
I'm going Lions.
I thought he was going to turn around and say,
I take it you're taking that to Allen Park to have that wrapped in Terrion's hand gauze?
I might.
You Skrilla.
I love it.
One thing you forgot, though.
God damn, Keith.
Defensive line for the Lions have caused the most pressures in the league. And while everybody's trying to worry about Kyler getting out the pocket and throwing, because that's what everybody, what are you going to do to stop that? Sound like the water boy. They're gonna sack the Keebler Elf a few times.
Wait, but how's the T-Rex going to catch him? His arms are too short.
Yeah, that's what they say, but he's leading the league in sacks right now, so I don't want to hear it.
That's right. I think he's got more sacks than maybe Chicago.
Yes.
We're actually getting sacks this year.
Yeah, more sacks than Chicago. But anyway.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson alone has more sacks than
Chicago.
the entire Chicago defense.
Anyway. And I don't know what you're thinking about the secondary. The defense ain't the problem with the Lions. That's the first and foremost. All right. The problem is the offense. And no, it ain't Goff entirely. It's Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson gets his shit together and stops playing that titty fucking football he playing. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah. All right. So you're taking Detroit.
Yeah.
This is my show. You've been smacked.
My smack is better.
I got Detroit.
Oh God, we got a battle of the soundboards.
We know how to have a good time.
But you don't have this.
But wait, we can follow it up with this.
What is Keegan doing?
I like that one too.
Yeah. That's
Look,
modern
you know-
stripper music.
Look at
Then,
you
of
know how to
course, I
throw
got-
down. Well, you
I
guys
got
got a hooker
Modern
on your.
porn.
Well,
I do have
but still,
the-
you have a hooker. That's hooker music right there.
Amen. Amen, brother. I love
There
it.
you go.
But, I got the Hispanic hooker music.
That's all the bit.
That's straight from off the streets of Tijuana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
I
thought I
said,
was
got
missing a
Detroit.
kidney.
Jeremy, I've got to run.
Yep.
All right,
Thank
Will. Have a
And
good night, man.
I think Detroit's going to win. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be closer than the last time when the Keebler Elf came to Ford Field, of course. Because the time before that, he tied against, he tied against the Matt Petrasha ran defense. And then he lost to the Matt Petrasha defense. That's all three of his games. He's lost in Detroit, and he's lost and tied in Arizona against
Tyler
Matt
Lockett did
Petrasha
that.
teams.
He looked good.
Anyway,
Well, yeah,
good
you
night, guys.
against the LA Rams, everybody looks good.
Good
No,
night, guys.
Tyler didn't play the.
Yeah, we'll see. Right?
Yeah, they played the Rams last week.
Hey,
Yeah, but he didn't have to go to overtime to beat him.
the
Yeah, that's
overall
okay.
record.
Well, yeah, thanks to us, and thanks to us decimating their team a little bit more. Yeah, that's why.
The overall
It's gonna be a
record
good
in
game.
history.
I'm hoping this happens, and I'm going to call for it now. And I'm not saying he's starting, but I hope we dress Trevor Nowoski because he's going to want to tear the Keebler Elf a new asshole because Arizona let him go.
Mm-hmm.
But will third down Brown be anything but third down Brown this week?
And we got a pissed off coaching staff. I don't know if you've listened to Dan Campbell, but he don't sound happy. And nor should he.
You just wanted to echo James. That's it. I know the truth. Because James just said that.
I know. But I'm going by my coach and his presser. He don't sound happy right now.
It's gonna be a good game.
His
It's gonna be
focus
good.
is
But you know, Ken,
be on
Yeah.
Ben Johnson's stupid ass. It's a
you know,
bad team.
Ken and I have to go against you though, because it's a division game.
Right.
Of course, just like I've
I
been
got
against you guys. I'm not going to lie.
Wait, you took the Colts?
Yes, I did.
Oh, so didn't I.
Oh, I'm gonna have to order some blood tests. Of all the
I picked
division
Chicago
games
over the
we're
Colts.
out of, That I'm
I
gonna
picked
have to order some
Chicago over
blood
who the
tests.
fuck they're playing, whatever they
Yeah, I
whatever
think
they're
Colts
playing.
too.
All of you took the Colts. Well, that's 4 losses right there. I hope you guys didn't pick them to
No.
your Survivor League.
I picked Chicago.
Okay, you're a good man.
Yeah. He picked Chicago, but Will also picked Indy.
I don't know if I'm
Picked
good,
Indy.
but I'm sane, and I know how to. I try to bring football realism into this.
How
I'm
did
trying to be
they-
a homer all the time.
How did they?
I
how
can't
did they-
stand. Chicago is not my favorite team, bro.
How
Sorry.
did they come? I mean, the Colts got the offense that turns the ball over a lot against probably a top 5 defense with
Let's
a
say it
defense
properly.
their own with their best player out, ranked 27th in the league against the run. How does that beat Chicago?
Yeah, I don't think Chicago gave up a.
Oh, hold on. That's
How
right.
Chicago gave up a shit ton of rush yards against Tennessee, though.
Yeah, but they shut down the Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they didn't shut them down because they lost. So
Yeah, they did.
I mean, to
they
be
did
honest
have-
with you, they didn't shut them
so
down because they lost. But
they didn't give up the big ins. You know, they kept it respectable. Put it that way. It was a good game. No, I think like the Lions games would be a good game, but Arizona, there's just something that they got. I don't know.
You just like them because they're against us.
No, I mean it's not just because they're against the Lions. I mean that's part of it. But I mean this Kyler. Look at. I think Kyler kind of gets a bad rap. Some of it deserved from the earlier part of his career, but like last year when he came back, it was a completely different ball club. Like that Arizona team was actually good with Kyler. Kyler's not. He's kind of an underrated guy. Like everyone says, oh, Kyler is just a Keebler elf who can't throw the ball, can't do anything. But yet when he plays, they're good. When he doesn't play, they're trash.
Hey, Ken.
Which Ken?
One.
right,
You realize there's a special thing in Kyler's contract. He cannot play Call of Duty when they have a game
You
coming out.
make my point for me so eloquently. Thank you. That's the point.
That's the
People
reason
think
he's
it's
playing, because he
people
can't
think
play
it's
video
not
games.
much-
No.
people think-
He actually almost voided his contract when he read that in there, and they removed that from his contract so he'd sign it.
Oh,
So
did?
he can play
But I
video
mean,
games again.
that's the thing, though. Stuff like that where people say, "Oh, we can't be a good quarterback because he likes to play COD nonstop." I get it, but yet look what the product on the field is with him, and then when you take him off the field and put someone else in that quarterback slot for them, look at the product. They're a
Josh Dobbs
much
went
better.
5-1 while he was hurt last year.
They look
Yeah.
great with Kyler. It's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a good game. You guys will probably win because you're at home, but Ken and I have to take the away team, the NFC North opponent. It's just
We
kind
are.
of,
We're
it's
not
in our
at home.
contract,
We're
isn't it,
going to
Ken?
Arizona. We're in
We're
Arizona.
going to
We're
Arizona.
not home.
We're,
Yeah, well,
we are
it's
actually
it's in our
3-0
contract, but we have to take the opposing
2018.
team of the NFC North as hosts one of the shows here. It's in our contract. We can actually take anyone
enough.
against the North.
To
Well,
be
it's kinda
fair,
like the Indians,
I
it's a
pick
split show.
Arizona over quite a few teams this year.
And,
But-
and actually, Ken, Chicago can. You ought to be blessed when I pick them, because I never pick Chicago. Sometimes I go out of my way not to pick their ass. I don't care.
To my non-paying and my paying sponsor, I do have one more meme to put up here, and it's
Uh-oh.
a screenshot. It's
And you covered Ken up. That was great.
267 yards, which is second to last in the league. 2 interceptions, which is tied with all the rookies in the league now. A 55.7 QBR rating, which is dead last. He's even ranked behind Trevor Lawrence. And number 1 in painted fingernails with 10 every game.
I'll tell you what, though, we were just talking about this on Hal. He played better. Some rookie mistakes for him and Rome to be expected. The 2 interceptions, though, both underthrown. The first one I don't have a problem with because of the way the pressure was, the way he was trying to throw the ball. The fact that he even got it close is kind of like, okay. But the second interception, I'm not going to let him off the hook as easy because he was rolling out of the pocket. He didn't put enough of his body into that throw. Had he had done that, that would have been a completed ball. Yeah, it was triple coverage, but he had the man open.
But I will say this, because I went back and I rewatched that game on NFL Replay. And I did it just so I could make this point. Caleb Williams doubled his output from the previous game. He improved. He got over 50% completion. What I did notice is all 14 of his incompletions came while pressured or blitzed.
Yep.
When they played zone and not man,
Carved it up.
yeah, he was 24 of 24 in zone coverage. So I'm not going to dog him completely, but at the same time, the look on his face when he was chewing on his mouthpiece and he had his head back like that,
Dude, I'm
The old
tired, man.
Justin
was
Fields look.
the exact same
Dude,
look
No, the
after
Field, there's a
Justin
meme out there
Fields'
with
second
Fields.
start for Chicago.
There's a meme with them, the exact,
Yeah.
both in orange,
Uh-huh.
exact same
Yep.
pose. And the thing is,
Mhm.
like I said, the first interception, I'll kind of, okay, the way he was trying to throw it, the fact he got close, amazing. Fell short. The second one that fell short was, it got picked off because it also fell short. I'm not going to give him a free pass on that one because he was rolling and he could have gotten his full body into that and made a throw. Had he made a better throw, that ball would have been completed and we'd all been going, oh my God, what a play. That one, he screwed that pass up. He didn't put enough on it. Yes, it was triple coverage. But if you look at the replay, if he had put enough on it, he had it.
Right? I understand it.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yeah,
What
no,
is
I know,
anyway?
I know, but I'm not going to let him off the hook. That's what I'm saying, though. I'm not letting him off the hook because he should have put more on it, and then he would have had a completion instead of interception.
That's just like
You know what you should have done? You should have got some more offensive linemen during the offseason. That's what you
Well,
should
they
have done.
did. They did. The
They
problem is
didn't do a very good job.
Bates was going to be the right guard. He's now on the IR. That kind of hurt. Shelton, I'm not sure if I'm going to write him off yet. He did play better last week. We'll see how Shelton does at center this week. Right guard is the main issue right now, and the guy they brought in to fix it got hurt and is on the IR. So I mean, That's I agree with you. That's the problem. If the Bears make a trade deadline trade, it's going to be for a right guard.
So you guys weren't with me earlier, and you didn't get to watch the show at noon. But the best thing I did over the weekend was my brother-in-law, who's getting ready. Fields is not 2-0. He's 1-1. Oh, yeah, Fields is 2-0. Sorry, I thought you were saying.
You're going back to the Chicago thing.
I was having Chicago flashbacks because I was talking
Right.
about that meme when they were both like this in the Orange Crush. But anyways, I got to take my brother-in-law, who's a Michigan alum, but he was in one of those advanced programs where he went to school 40 hours a week. He also paid while he was in school to go to school. And he studied to be a dosimetrist, which, if anybody doesn't understand that, that's radiology, and that has to do with the dosing for chemotherapy. During his tenure at the University of Michigan, he never got to attend an actual football game. So I got a couple tickets. They were from a season ticket holder. And lo and behold, I find out that's the first actual game he's been to. He's been to spring games, and he went to the old Slippery Rock exhibition games from way back when. But he had never been to an in-season game, whether it was the scrimmages like the first couple weeks or anything else. He never seen the big house at full capacity. So these were our seats, or the view from our seats, I should say.
Nice.
Awesome.
And this was us at the game. And I'm very honored now that I got to take my brother-in-law to his first game at Michigan, and my dad to his first Lions game at Ford Field.
Awesome.
So you talk about one of those full circle moments, because my first game to go see Michigan was after a birthday when I first moved back from Florida, and he took me to Champaign, Illinois to see Michigan play Champaign, Illinois. And let me guess, is that a Bears stadium? Is that
No. That is my seats for Bears Commanders.
Right, because that's where the Maryland Terrapins play. Right.
Yeah, that is the view from my seat or my area for Bears Commanders. So Billy Defense Flores, send me the sign. I'll take it out there.
New ZZ Top song about Caleb. He's got legs.
Not like Justin. Not like Justin.
No.
But that's the thing, though. Like, he's more of a pocket passer than Justin is. So I think, Woody was saying on our show, that we're not used to that. We're used to a guy who wants to run, and I think that's part of an adjustment the line is making, to realizing this is a guy who'll try to stay in the pocket and pass versus take the snap and go run for his life.
So, according to the way the division breaks down, because their only win was outside of the conference and their only loss is outside the conference, last place in the division right now is, well, fuck the Bears. And then tied with us right now, because that's the way it shows up, because they lost in a conference game, but yet they won an out-of-conference game. Oh, that does make them third place, don't it? It's the Packers.
Well, wait a minute. Yeah. None of them have won a division game or lost a division game.
But they played out of conference. They beat an out-of-conference team. Yeah. They beat an out-of-conference team.
Yeah. And we lost an out-of-conference.
And lost to a non-divisional opponent, right?
Well, they were both in the same conference, same division.
Right. They lost in the conference.
Yeah. The win, the loss, both
the only team that won and lost in the conference so far in second place is the Lions. And unfortunately for us, it's the Vikings in first place because they're 2-0. But they can still all go get skull fucked.
Absolutely.
Dude, what is
Tears of a clown.
I knew the Vikings had a good D. You guys heard me say they had a good D. That their D was going to be okay. It was serviceable. But, dude, I mean, were they listening to us? Because I kept saying, channel your inner neck beard, Sam. Donald, inner neck beard. And he has.
But he's done better than that, because that 54-yard pass to Jefferson to let him do the rest with his leg. Yes, it was a 97-yard or 97, 98, whatever you want to say it is. That's what it ended up being. It was an amazing. And if you count all the yards that Jefferson ran after the catch, he actually ran like 145 because he went all the way to one sideline and 3/4 of the way back across the field before he went into the end zone just to get away from everybody. It was an amazing thing to see. Eh, Slappy Dorn goes, "Oh, but Jefferson was slow on that play." Kiss my ass.
All right, I got something special for Ken the Bear fan, JB. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Not something special.
I gotta look. Let's see how
That's got old shit written all over it.
it puts the lotion on the skin or it gets the Oh no, we've seen that. That's nothing new. I know. I've put that up before. It's the picture of the toilet seat and the Bears logo.
Oh,
Oh, no.
That's kind of old. That's kind of old.
It's only been around for 2 decades plus.
I mean, yeah, that's been around long enough that I remember it before I
Wow.
came back to Michigan.
See, here I thought it was going to be the meme that Caleb saying, "I'm not a bust. I just like guys busting in me."
No, I still love the fact that that text message has gone viral now.
That's the best one. And let me tell you,
One about the
that kid-
one he gave the punter.
Hey, and if anyone's ever wondered why we drafted a punter, I think you've seen the result. That kid,
Oh yeah.
he is phenomenal.
And James Burgess is right. There's plenty of division hatred to be played out, my friends. Conference shit matters. But among the NFC North, division matters most. Why? We all have hundreds of reasons to hate each other.
Absolutely.
He's not wrong. But at the same time,
I
we
don't
don't
know
hate
about
the individuals. We hate the teams, not the
Yeah, but
individuals.
listen, we don't have much reason to hate Detroit because we usually beat them. The Vikings, they just cry a lot. The only ones we really dislike are the Packers because, well, they're cheeseheads.
No, we hate them because they are called Title Town for a reason.
For
Thank
what?
you.
2 Super Bowls in 40 years?
You
Low
can
bar.
try downplaying it all you want, Ken.
Low bar.
Low bar, no,
Bar,
the
but
low bar Chicago with one.
They've had 4 Super Bowls. They
Just
won
call
the
us
number
Gold
1, they
Jacket.
won the
I
number
guess you
2.
can call us the Gold Jacket Kings then.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what you are. That's fine.
Yep. Got all those Hall of Fame players and not
Hey,
no Super Bowls.
And you know what's
to
funny
show
about that,
for it.
Ken? Ken, you know what's funny? This is why the Packers and the Bears don't hate the other teams. So championships 1-2 in the division, Green Bay, Chicago. Hall of Famers in the division 1-2, Chicago and Green Bay. Just saying.
Hey, let's face it. I'll tell you one thing. The Bears and the Packers both know they never wanted the Lions to go to 4 Super Bowls because unlike the Vikings, they'd have won one.
You know who
Tell
we
me
missed?
I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong with that take.
You know who we all missed in the division though is Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah.
I don't miss them. Well, if
No,
we had Barry, I wouldn't miss them.
I usually can't afford Thanksgiving Day game, Robert Wardell. But if you're in Howell for Thanksgiving, if you're there like the day after the game, shoot me a message. SmokingJeremyB@gmail.com. I'll meet up with you. We can meet at Black Rock there at the Brighton exit.
There you go. Look at
I'll be
that.
hungover.
I got to say one thing though. The NFC North is better than the AFC North.
Yeah.
Amen. This
Yeah,
year,
it's played out
This
that
year.
way for sure.
Yep.
there's only
Definitely,
one
you know, we
2-0
didn't-
team.
I am so sick of AFC North always talking shit about the best division.
AFC North though, coming into the season, you looked at like Baltimore, like holy fuck, and then the season started, you're like, what the hell is up in Baltimore?
I mean,
I
the only
mean-
team that's 2-0 is the last one you thought would be. It's Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleveland's 1-1. Luckily they went and played against the Panthers, right?
Right now, I would say the
Jacksonville.
AFC
Maybe
East is better.
Jacksonville.
I would say the AFC East is better than the AFC North right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They don't have anybody.
Well,
that's the one
until Tua got himself knocked out again, I'd agree with you. But I
Yeah,
don't.
but now Rodgers is back at the Jets, so that kind of balances that out a little bit.
But I do
I
have
don't
to
give Skylar Thompson a chance.
I do have to give homage to my paying sponsor right here, and B loves this tagline. It is Brandon service at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road here in where? In Flint, Michigan. Flint, where the water's shitty, but the tires are good. Stop in and check us out. We have used tires starting at $40 and up, depending on size and condition. We have new tires too. You just have to call and get your quote. 810-233-8230. Talk to George, Brett, or myself. If you mention this ad, you get $10 off your set of tires unless your name is James Burgess, because he won the 500th fan drawing for the show. So he gets $25 the first time he shows up.
And by the way, the van in the picture, yes, that is JB's, and yes, you will find it down by the river later today.
Yes, but I the sign that I put on the side of it is free wine because I only want to attract cougars.
Be careful, Hendon might come knocking.
Hey, and like I say every time, always make sure that it's JB's van you're going to, because the one that says free candy never has free candy.
Right.
It's probably, look, and if you go to that van, all you're going to get is John Dorn going, same old Lions.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'll take that one. That was good.
That was a
But
double
thank you
point.
for choosing to watch the NFL Roundtable Talks tonight, guys. It's been an amazing time. I want to say thank you to Bistrilla, Will Vogel, the villain, Mike Johnson, the Viking fan. He had to leave early because it was time for dinner with his family. Ralph Williams of RW Media, Ken the Packer fan, and Ken the Bear fan for showing up. It was a blast. Free candy isn't good if it's on the side of a van.
And it comes
If it's on Halloween, it's usually okay. Just send it to the hospital to get x-rayed first.
No, not even on Halloween, especially when they make you go in the back entrance for it.
You went
Or
to
just
the
go
wrong-
trick or treating to Walmart. I mean, whatever. You know. Fuck it.
If they got to
You can't
go in
trust
your back
nobody.
entrance, you weren't at a carnival anyways.
And a special in Springfield, Illinois, is cats and dogs for Halloween. So there you go.
Yeah, but try every day.
I do not miss
Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. The only way to have a better world to live in. I'm telling you, make this world a better place. I am so tired of this hatred. If we could get back to how everybody acted after 9/11 in 2001, how much better would America be right now?
Yeah.
Because there for about 6 months, nobody cared about what color your skin was.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about where your family grew up from. Nobody cared what religion you were. As soon as they figured out which tribe of the Muslims it was that we had the problem with.
As you can tell, JP is not a politician. He would never win any votes in our current climate, but he's not wrong.
But
bring back the 90s.
Amen. But and also, you could run your mouth and have an opinion, and people didn't get so butthurt they wanted to cancel you.
Dude, I asked a guy yesterday. He said something. I said, I don't think you're that right. You might want to research that. 2 seconds later, it was a white supremacist Nazi racist that hated people of color. I said, all I told you to do is to go research what you're claiming because you're wrong. That's the world we live in.
I know. Because, they're tired of the Democrats being fact-checked and proved wrong. And on that bad take,
get rid of both parties. That's what I say. Fuck
Amen.
the Republicans and fuck the Democrats because they
right or
fucking
left
us.
wing. Right or left wing, guess what? They're a part of the same bird that's been flipping off America since 1914.